Hello and welcome back to another casual night chit chat show. Before we begin, we have a sad news, right? For those who knows, you know what I'm talking about. For those who do not know, it is sad, right? And it is one of the driving force for one of the projects that I've committed. Okay, and it is none other than the passing of Hulk Hogan. Yes, a wrestler from the 80s. No, he's active. Okay, I'm gonna put it. It's not just from that era, but he has been active until no, it's been active. I just realized. Yeah, so he has passed away. It is a sad day. And truth to be told, he is one of the wrestlers that I know that is famous, that got, I won't say got me into wrestling as in the entertainment, but I know, how do I put this? He's one of those well-known wrestlers. Like even though you don't tune into wrestling shows and whatnot, it's like you immediately know who is he, and that's that. So that's one sad thing. Another one is Ozzy Osbourne. I know it's not wrestling related, but still big celebrity that is, yeah, you will know regardless whether you tune in or you don't, no, whether you don't listen, whether you listen or don't listen to his music, right? Hey there, Daily Buddha, welcome to the stream. Okay, so let's see. First thing first, do we have any interesting news for the night? No, news we already covered. Do we have anything interesting topic for the night? Now, I wanted to kinda um cover one or two more topics, but I think I should just let it simmer a little bit before I do anything about it. And we're gonna go straight into the planning of the game dev. Yeah. Because last week I did not do it. Not say did not do anything, but no, not last week. Last stream I barely did anything substantial. Yep. Other than fixing a little bit for the, what do you call this? The Twitch rate thingy, which I need to turn it on. Unfortunately, this is one of those times where I'm busy modeling rather than developing the game, because I have a backlog of assets to to model. Okay, truth to be told, I have a huge backlog, and there's no way I can go around it. Yep, that's that. Okay, so with that, what I can do is, do we have? No, can I? Now, okay, before we go that, let's see. Let's recap a little bit from what I've talked last week. I think we did touch that. We want to talk about Illuvium. We definitely torch Ubisoft non-stop because that's what we should, right? Stop killing games, and especially game developers to tell you to destroy games. Yeah, no way. Okay. Yeah, it was long-winded because I am very critical on that. So that's one. Number two is we're supposed to take a look at microtransaction. That's from RuneScape. The more I push, the more it becomes. You know what? Let's touch a little bit on microtransaction, just a little bit. And then we also want to cover another project, which is Illuvium. What's happening at the Illuvium camp now? I think we're gonna start with this first. Okay, so Illuvium, I'm not gonna cover too deep, but I'm gonna just cover in general the Web3 side when it's the Web3 gaming project that is on Ethereum blockchain. Yeah, those games are, in lack of a better word, is very not fun. Not because the game is not fun, it's because of the logistics of Ethereum itself. That's the one that I that's the part where it's not so fun, you know, the logistics side. And ooh, 3-8. Lost that. I have an 8. I can actually get back, but too bad. Okay, so because of the Ethereum, the gas fee and whatnot, it's just not fun in general. Yeah, that's all. It's just not fun over that side. And guess what? Lots more micro, no, not say lots more microtransaction. Web3 really operates on the microtransaction side. Yep, and that's that. Ooh, that's a very gutsy play. Although, yeah, trying to cut close in the game. Let's return. Oh, dang it! I wasted that. So we're gonna return the favor. If we don't do this, we won't get. Yeah, if we don't this, we don't get back. If we don't this, we don't get back. Let's. Okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna let this go. So Web3, yes. Web3 games are heavy. Okay, Web3 games is not. See, that's a fun bit. Let's establish this. What is a microtransaction game and what is a Web3 game? Because microtransaction game is games that you buy. Not say buy. I want to use the word that you spend money on and you only get. Can I use the word service? Can I use the word service? That's a question. Oh, that is interesting. Okay, I'm gonna say service, in-game service, right? Because one of the things that you could not do is you could not take out your whatever you buy digitally you cannot remove. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah. So that's that. And for what about for Web3? So Web3, you're buying digital assets, and assets you can do whatever you want the moment you own it. So in this case, microtransaction, it's on items you cannot do anything other than use it in the game or stuff. So that's that. Whereas Web3, it's more of a marketplace where you can buy and sell. The only difference is, are you willing to pay that value? And of course, FOMO and whatnot. So let's establish this first. Okay, so in a way, microtransaction is a little bit more harmful in that department. Yup. Lost by HP. Yeah. What if I play 8-8, right? Yeah, that's good. That's actually the correct play because I think I cannot close the game if I don't. Unless I play 8-8 and then, yeah. Okay, cool. So microtransaction, let's draw this line. Okay, so microtransaction is much more harmful. Hey there, Lou. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say this. Microtransaction, in a nutshell, it's much more harmful in not say financially. See, the thing is with Web3 marketplace, there is also a few things that you need to know as well, is that, you know, FOMO, blah blah blah, and all those things, and that's that. Yeah, it's the microtransaction thing. No, not microtransaction thing. It is the fear of missing out, overvalued, but then again, that's a choice. Yeah, that is a part. That is the I won't say that's the problem, but that's the downside on the Web3 side. Overinflated. So which is worse? The answer is when it comes to behavior, okay, behavior purchase, impulse purchase, whatever you want to call it, the Web3 side is much more dangerous. So the rate of, oh, wow, really, really, really go for it. Okay, so if I were to draw a line, I would say if that's the case, right? Because the Web3 really plays an impulse with many more, there's many more reasons why the Web3 side is a little bit more dangerous once we add on to more, what do you call this, perimeters. Yep. Okay, and with that, I can safely say Web3 is much more dangerous with that perspective because if the FOMO really gets you versus microtransaction, because microtransaction is if you don't care about the product, you don't care to begin with, right? No. Lucky number 7, look at that. And that's that, right? You the moment you don't care about a product and IP, you immediately don't care about whatever the IP wants to sell to you. And challenge. I'm gonna challenge. Go straight for it. And that's it. That's it. The only so whereas the Web3 side is like, oh, there is that little inkling of like, oh, you know what, I could turn a profit over here by doing X, Y, and Z. And that's it. And that's that. Yeah. So with that, Web3 is much more dangerous. Initially, microtransaction is definitely bad-ish. So, and of course, the reason, this is the fun bit, right? Microtransaction in a game is a choice, as in a choice implemented by the developer. Whereas the Web3 side, that's why it becomes it's a much steeper slippery slope, because the Web3 side, it's less of a choice but more of a air quote requirement. Truth to be told, it's less of a choice, more of a requirement, because if you see any Web3 game that does not have any of this marketplace and whatnot, it will automatically become just a game. Immediately it becomes just a game. Reverse flags, they put a 1 though. So that's one of the reasons why I think once we start digging, like separating the requirement, we remove all the fluff around it, it's painful. There's no better way to say it. It is painful. So with that, all right, microtransaction by default, it is bad already, because it forces people to, try to get the most out of a game. And people, most developer would, they purposely left out a few things for people to try to buy. That's bad. However, Web3 games forces you to buy certain things to air quote enjoy. So that's the definition. That's where I draw the line, unfortunately. Okay, so that's that, and we want to talk about Ubisoft and whatnot. Ooh, is this another 8-8? Is this another 8-8? Do I want to take the bait? Let's go for it. Let's play a Hail Mary. Let's call it up. 8-8? Yeah, that's all right. 8-8. That's double 8-8s in this game. Because I was trying to figure out, can I punch in next round, and I realized I don't have a high card. I need to be super RNG lucky. Like if Deadly Buddha plays 8-8 and then I get a 7-8 minimum 7-8, then sure. If not, I don't have anything to go. If not, I don't have anything, which is sad. Okay, so that's one small little topic that I covered. But more importantly, this episode, or rather this stream, I need to start building some the mini game part, the next mini game for my game. and that is I'm gonna say this straight up. We're gonna copy whatever idea that I like in Farmer's World and in Sailor's World. Right, predominantly these two game first. We're gonna because there's some feature that the Farmer's World was like, okay, you know what, this is cool. I kind of dig it. That's the reason why I played it, and obviously it fails. Because I played for the wrong, not say for the wrong reason per se. I tried to play for that reason, that style of gameplay, and it turns out, I won't say good or bad though. The gameplay is lack thereof a gameplay. That's the problem. That was my problem. The gameplay is super simple, and I enjoy the simpler version of it, but it's too many steps ish. So we want to just break down a little bit more and get the nice part and make it more funner. Yeah, we're gonna grab the nice part and make it more fun. Sailor's World, also same things. They have some one or two very good idea, but the execution is straight up bonkers. So we're gonna also try to decode Sailor's World as well, because Sailor's World actually made a very interesting I won't say choice, but a very interesting stuff. Check out the web. Check out the discussion in Wax Discord. It's pretty good. Okay, interesting. Let's see what's happening on Wax Discord. Let's see. I wonder how. Yeah, you know what? Let's see how interesting is interesting. Okay. And of course, I made some doodle as well. This is gonna be the next model for some of the stuff which I want to talk about it today, which I need to talk about it today, because I need to get stuff moving. And last stream was lack thereof. Yeah. Okay. So let's check it out. All right, I'm gonna load up Discord first. Okay. Okay, let's change this. Let's bring out Wax. Okay. All right, main chat. Let's see. Let me load as much as I can. Okay. Wow, still PFPing? No, that's long. Yeah, that's a long time ago. Okay, cool. Let's go to the projects. Hold on a sec. Okay, no, I just go straight to the main chat. All right, main chat it is. Boop. Okay, let's scroll all the way down. Let's go here. Okay. Let's start off with paying the power up, renting CPU rental service. Okay, what is this about? Network congestion. Okay, no. Less profitable for botters. Users won't stick and just pay TX fee. Mining network was running while. Okay, no. RAM is separate and not from staking. Rewards from voting won't change. Is this the tokenomics? Role and rewards for guild, block production, shift in funding models, new reward structure, focus on core duties, governance. Okay, no, it's just extra stuff. Centralized issue. Okay. We are part of reality. Positive. No. Should Wax have more interoperability with Bitcoin? Nope. Ranking system for games is gonna be huge. Yeah, And this default. This is very normal, right? Very normal. You need depending on what game you're building. Blockchain challenging. Come on, come on. Blasphemous twice. Oh no, this is a game. Diablo style. Diablo style is basically what gaming NFTs created for. Yet lost relics. No. What else? Brawlers. Okay, so there's more on Brawlers. It's not a retro wrestling game. It's a card game. Where we have. Oh, okay. Even I agree with that the wrestling genre. My point something else. Okay, so basically this guy is comparing to Diablo, which I can chime in why Diablo it's both workable and not workable at the same time. It's a double-edged sword because Diablo 3 tried it. That's the reason not say that's the reason why I know. That's the model that I'm gonna refer to. Okay, what else? Reading disclaimer, no. Everyone wants a AAA game magically to tomorrow. Yeah, this one I've been talking a lot. So Daily Buddha did put a point, which is correct. All right, shares the same sentiment. Everybody wants a AAA game in a Web3 form. No, they want a AAA gameplay in a Web3 ecosystem. But the question is, what type of AAA game can efficiently use the blockchain system? Yeah, I don't have an answer. We've been going, truth to be told, this whole entire year, we're going to go through a lot of all this. And I think we can easily talk about this. So I'm going to put this on the list for now. Let's see what's next. Block again. Wow, we are going a lot. I'm going too slow though. Shouldn't say brawlers suck. Oh. Enya, how do I pronounce? Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I can see why. I can see why, and I would not blame the person because Brawlers has definitely one or two things that needs to captivate players in general. Yeah. Because it is what it said is actually very, very true. It is a card game with a brawler skin. Because if you remove the wrestling team from Brawlers and you slap on with another what do you call this, another skin or another team, it still works because the core game is the card game. They need to explain how to play the game, make a video. Yeah, Liu, that's correct. That's a lot of things Brawlers needs really needs to do. That's a huge laundry list. Because the first thing I would say is they need a story mode. The story mode would be used as a tutorial, like straight up. Easiest, that's the easiest method, right? You put in a brawler that likes to flex a lot. You put an opponent who likes to call you out, an opponent who likes to flex. I don't believe that. I think in good faith. Yeah, no. Of course, out of everything, you also need to take in with a grain of salt, right? You need to taper some expectation. Some people will just bash for the sake of bashing. Some developer says, hey, you know what? You should learn how to play if you want to know how to play. It's a give or take. But I would say it is a much better coverage. So if Brawlers has a few things done already, like, hey, you know what? There's no excuse on why you don't know how to play. Number one. But unfortunately, we are in an impasse where we have something, but is it? Yeah. Yeah, something I've been trying to push a little bit as well. And I still do believe single player game really helps the game. Like literally story mode. really helps. But Tyranno Studios have other priorities, so I can't blame. I can't literally no. I cannot put 100% blame on them. How many dollars in sell? Notice how never got mentioned anymore. Yeah, no, that part I suppose I am supposed to tackle this Brolosium situation as well. Like how can we improve? What should we be improving? Bring it all on the table and see how they can do. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say it straight up, okay? For those who reach level 1000, it is a lot of effort, but it is a meaningless effort. It is a meaningless effort. And the worst case scenario, not okay, we are at the worst case scenario. I'm gonna say straight up, we are at the worst case scenario for the Brolosium owners. There is there let me rebuild this sentence a little bit. There is no purpose anymore for the Brolosium owners. Like, sure, you can say what about crafting cards, leveling up your cards. That's out of the window already. As of today, it doesn't bring in any meaning. In terms, all right. So before we go any further, first, all right, I need to clarify why it doesn't bring any more purpose, because it doesn't improve the gameplay of what you are playing. Like, that's the problem. Like, if I own a Brolosium, what can it do for the game? Nothing. Nothing. And that's the reason why I brought up Sailor's World, because Sailor's World has the same issue as well. They were selling lands, and the land on paper was like, yay, fantastic, but they failed the execution. Literally, I love the idea. I love how Sailor Worlds want to do for their land, but they fail to execute. Whereas the Brolosiums is like, okay, initially introduction, you can push out cards, but there should be more than just that in the game. Making cards is not part of the game. I need to come in terms with that, alright? I have no words to say about that, right? Yeah. But I will try to go through some of them, and then we will try. One of the things I'm going to try to implement in my game and see how it works. If it works, at least we have a theory that says, hey, you know what? It's a workable thing that we could do, or the developers could do, right, with Brolosium owners. Other than that, I think it's tough. It's I don't want to just talk. I want to also try to implement in my game, right? So the challenge is, how can I implement it, and if I can, how can I showcase the implementation? Yeah, but I think the Brolosium really dropped the ball. I mean, it really serves no purpose as of today. Like, it is sad. It is sad. Okay. Whew. All right. Okay, so what else? Seriously, nobody's talking about this dead game. Ton of money were thrown at them during the bull market. In return, they were garbage during the bear market. They didn't budget correctly. Yeah, you know what? I think you need an external eye to actually you don't understand it. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. So that's why we want to go through some of that. But there are some truth to some of their criticism, right? We just need to take it with a grain of salt. Like I said, if a lot of people are talking the same thing, which means, okay, we are not hitting that crowd, so how can we do it? Yeah, but I understand why this guy is this user is saying. Okay, but let's see what brings this little thing out, okay? Because this user has been saying, like, blasphemous. It is a very interesting 2D game. It's a Metroidvania, fun game, very very fun game with an all right. But okay, we need to hit to attract others, and this needs to come within 3 months. Buy a game studio, wax third country, and do it. I disagree on this part. because it's the same thing that I'm doing it right now. You can't just buy a game studio and squeeze in a microtransaction game, because there is a game that does this. It's called Ember Sword, and they literally destroyed the game. Okay. Brawler sucks balls. We need a new captivating game. A game like sick of browser games. Okay. Alright, so talk more about brawlers. Nothing much with this. Okay, are you sure that you didn't receive USDC? Alright, no, nobody cares about that part, because it's mainly for that. Whack Hustlers, the last announcement was a good idea. Give creator incentive. Okay. Requirement for grant not aligned. 10k is not enough for incentive for creators to bring in their games in the web blockchain. Interesting take. I will put it at a pin for now. Is it 10 grand US dollars, like literally just cha-ching, here you go, money, bring in your game? Or is this 10k in terms of token? I'm gonna say straight up, if this is 10k in worth of tokens, no studio would want to take that risk. If you say 10k cash, so okay, you know what, see how it goes. All right, that is before I read other stuff, so I just want to just point it out before we move on, if I manage to dig it up. Wax blockchain. Okay, so now it's gorillas. I would see some more bridging of ecosystem tokens, perhaps also give more opportunity to woof. Okay, so there's more woofy stuff. Over the past year, every time I tried to bring people into the blockchain, main staking points, you always have people bringing in their tokens directly. By Wax, by TLM. Okay, yeah. So this, I think this has, we need to reach to a point, I think I can officially say this. We do not need any more meme coins, game coins, and whatnot. That thing is, it's done. We are done with that. Yeah, and I think I talk about this for the past like 2 to 3 streams again. I'm just gonna quickly bring it up again. Having an in-game token that is in the marketplace harms the game, straight up. The only one of the biggest reason is people will just withdraw and sell, withdraw, sell, withdraw, sell, withdraw, sell, withdraw, sell. That is, and because of that, whatever economy you have in the game will tank. Okay. However, that wasn't the biggest issue. The biggest issue is, all right, drum roll, is that the moment you open up the game, you have tokens already in the market. That makes it even worse. If they want to try to do this, what they should do is, for now that I can think of, is if you really need a game token, which I want to experiment. That's the reason why I bring up Farmer's World and Sailor's World, because Farmer's World has 3 tokens. Crazy tokens. Sailor's World has 2 tokens, also another crazy stuff. And the problem is, the moment you get coins, if you withdraw the coins and you got no coins to repair the ship, the game dies. You withdraw you get red coins, withdraw the red coin, you can't do anything else, game dies. And then comes the next part is, okay, let's say we have a group of players that really wants to play the game, just wants to play the game loop, right? And then the problem is, if you want to really micromanage your economy, you definitely don't want too many rewards on whatever coin you're trying to put out, or whatever token. And in that case, in order to repair your ship, you need to buy from outside market sources. That also will kind of put a heavy strain on the game, and people will just give up eventually because they just don't want to buy coins to just throw it away just like that. And that is in the pure perspective of a traditional gamer, or traditional video game gamer. Yeah. It's tough, right? That part is tough. I don't have an answer again. What I recommend, or what I want to recommend, might not work as well, so I'm gonna just hold it off. Next up, all right, over the past year, pick drive pure blockchain, teleport via alien world, TLM. Blockchain should be easily accessible. Okay, this part is if I were to talk about this, it's gonna be a little bit too long-winded, so I'm just gonna do a quick little thing. Blockchain, yes, that's the reason why all games on the Web3 platform should be accessible. It should be free to play. If you don't want free to play, at least have a demo for people to try out the game without wallet. That's the main thing, right? Every project should have at least a demo slash if you don't have free to play, demo. If you want to access to more premium feature and services, then you put in like, okay, get a wallet, right? Do this, and then you can play. So Brawlers did something great, which I will give credit to, right? At least they have a guest mode. Don't need any wallet account whatsoever. You can just play the game. In fact, you can play the full game for free. So kudos. All right, this is mainly bridging stuff. Not gonna go too much about that. Any token created within Next network, coupling. Oh, this is a long-winded stuff. I'm not gonna go through them yet. I'm just gonna put a pin later. We're just gonna go through down because if I were to go through it, it's gonna be too long, too long. Do we have Wax and BNB chain bridge? Okay, not bothered. BNB token. So this is mainly on the blockchain brawlers thing. I think no. Binance network. Pop. All right. Screaming this everywhere. Sydney 21. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Another convo worth having this from me. And he says this before. Wax currently has some great projects. Problem is most of them are focused on building inside the Wax ecosystem rather than for a broader multi-chain audience. Okay, fair enough. That's a fair criticism. A lot of solid development happening, but often stays within the Wax bubble. Okay, old story, but origin I found out about Wax. Alien Worlds. Okay, cool. Alien Worlds actually did bring. I'm gonna give credit to Alien World. They really bring a lot of people into the Wax ecosystem. For me, it was Farmers World, right? Truth to be told, Farmers World, Hot Wheels. That was the first two things, and then after that, Funko, and then Alien Worlds. I discovered more much later. It's like, oh, cool. Everything was cool until I found out that I don't really like simple clicker games. That's just me. Okay, that's mainly a me thing. Okay, Web3 story, operate in isolation. Okay, cool. This is mainly for multi-chain thingy. I will go through some of them while I try to start doing my game stuff. So we're gonna talk about 2 more minutes for this. I'm just gonna go through as much as fast as I can. And that's about it. Creators need economic control, especially early on. Project spins off. Yeah, no. See, the problem is back to square one. Right? It's always about own token. So you don't let the economy sort itself out. So you don't print your own money. Don't print your own token. I think that's the best, most efficient way to do it. Don't. Yeah, just no tokens anymore. Stable coins useful. Don't think stable coins are short root issue. XP has a volatility. Anything else and anything and everything else out of the base or rather the big chain, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I'm gonna use only two, alright? Bitcoin and Ethereum. The rest is it worked and it might not work. The reason why Bitcoin and Ethereum still manage to survive, obviously Bitcoin is number one, Ethereum it is number two. Both of them has gas fee to begin with as well, so not many people want to offload. Versus like Wax, no gas fee. It's cool, it's great, right? Yeah, that is a whole different thing. I can't go through it today. It's too much. It's too much for me to not say explain. Like from my point of view, like why would we want to have some of this type of stuff? Or why should we remove some of this stuff? Okay, Last one. Let's go for the last one. Wow. Piga really put a lot of stuff. Right. I really want to go through some of this, but with time, I don't really have time. Okay, let's go. Let's scroll a little bit up here. Just go through. The moment we don't see any long stuff, I think that we are good. Okay. All right, so I think it's safe to say it's down here. Blockchain 2021. Most people will join on 2021, 2020. Okay. Personally, I've been monitoring 2020, and then 2021 I officially just, decided to just dip my. Yeah, most people join during the heyday, which is 2020, 2021, right? Just go in, see how it goes. And some people went deep, right? And some people like me, like deep halfway, like, oh. And anyone else, the one of the first thing I tune out is the moment they talk about like APR, ROI. I like, I'm playing for the long term stuff. I'm trying to learn whether the blockchain can really work for long term. If not, it's gonna be tough though. That's my point of view. All right. Wax has one of the best games I played in crypto. Metropolis Origins, twice a week, Wax prizes. Completely dead now. Yeah, it's and I know what I probably can guess why as well, right? Industry develop. Yeah, it's impressive AI opponent create actually legendary games. Okay, that doesn't matter whether it's legendary or not, but everyone would say is that there's no longer a reason to play, and we will need to know why the reason. What is the reason? Okay, most of the time is they are no longer drawing profit, as in the developer side first and foremost, followed by the players. Of course, it's the other way around. Players don't see the need, don't see the profitability in playing. That's why they give up. That's the sad part for a Web3 project, no matter how you see it. So we need to break that part first. How can we make it fun and at the same time have a meaningful ownership? Can I say that? Okay, skip. You touch a nerve with this command. I've been playing this every time, try to smash that. And that's not a problem. However, for me personally, I have difficult finding dig in to learn the game enough to get the cards right and not get crushed in every game. All right, so number one, it has always been when the game is no longer fun / hard to learn actually no longer had fun / hard to learn, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. Receive no official support. Yeah, we can skip that straight away. So brawlers, if you so for Lu, definitely you have been saying this. Brawlers has the same thing as well. Like, does people understand how to play the game to begin with? Straight up, straight up. Oh, so this guy has been here for a while. All right. As in scroll quite up. Wax bounty cross chain game higher 50. Why do we need a wax bounty? Don't know yet. We really need amazing games in browser games. I highly disagree on this line. I know why this user is saying this, but I disagree, which I'm gonna go through once I start doing my live game dev session. Champions Arena is on a Gala, and Gala is a declining ecosystem. So for those who have not played Champions Arena, it's a game from Ubisoft. Because Ubisoft has an NFT game, truth to be told. Oh, okay. I think that's a different one. Okay, this is a different Champions Arena, I think. Okay. I think the other one is I forgot what is it called. Dang it. I don't believe they actually want new players. Ugh. If that is true, Lu, that's not good. That's not good. You always want to try to attract new players, first and foremost, all right? Always, always. I'll go through that once I cover a little bit more. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, I think I skimmed through as best as I can. Okay, cool. So that's that. Whew, wow, that's interesting. Super, super interesting. Okay, now time to stop this game. Let's dive into the live game dev. Okay. So I've pinned some of the notes there. I would like to go through some of them, but first, what I need to do, we're gonna first implement this little thing, okay, into my game, and I think I have something started already. So let's go through some of it. I'm gonna open up farming island. Okay, cool. So we have food, wood, stone. Okay, so we have the basic of basic. Okay, now the first question is, with all this air quote token, it's supposed to be spent in the game as a form of currency. And that is the first, I won't say mistake, because at the end of the day, somebody will outproduce food, somebody will outproduce wood, somebody will outproduce stone at the end of the day. Number two, once you maxed out your food, you will max out the few remaining resources eventually. And this will lead to, right, once you become so efficient, it will lead to token dumping, especially when you give the ability to withdraw tokens. That is a sad thing, right? At the end of the day, it will be infinite. And to curb this, the next part, all right, so this part is it's basically 1 + 1 basic math. Okay, so if you have 1 million token or 1 billion token in the game, guess how much the price would be? It would be lots and lots of zeros, right, in the front. It would be less than a cent. In fact, it will be like 1 cent for maybe 10, 20,000 tokens. If your pool is a billion, a million, people says, oh, that's too little. So in game sense, this type of token is infinite. A good example would be Axie Infinity, right? To get some special token for your character to do stuff in the game, it's endless, right? And because it's endless, the price will always goes down. No matter what people say, the price will always goes down. As much as people want to believe like Bitcoin is one of those things where I think it's interesting, but then again, not every off-chain token is Bitcoin. That's the fun bit. Or rather, that's the reality. Okay, so so I think that's problem number one. So we don't, whatever currency we have, we will not use it as a token, as in for people to withdraw. We have to only use it as an in-game currency. That's it, period, dot. Yeah, we can't do anything else. Okay, so with that, now what we want to do is we want to see how this thing goes. Fuel and ship do something, an action, and then we get tokens or resources. Farmers will, same thing as well. We need, go away. We need energy plus tools, perform an action, get a token. Unfortunately, this is where the game breaks. I really tried hard to do this part and I couldn't figure out, because you need an external tool. So for the sake of following the same principle as the farmers world and stuff, how to get item, you have to go for an adventure, an external adventure. That means you have to go to the combat side of things. So the combat side of things will give you an item. Whatever item the guy give you. So we're gonna call it tools. Before we go anywhere, let's make a decision. So this is ship plus fuel plus maritime territory. You get that. or troll, you do this. Whereas for Farmer's World is energy plus tools. Ship plus few coins. Okay, so we're gonna use this part because I really want to use this part. Ship plus few coins. So we have so we're gonna need a tool. We need a tool. Okay. So you can get the tool only by doing this combat. So what we're gonna do is, let me bring up this guy up, and then we're gonna code it in. Yeah, gonna code this guy in. Where is my MS Paint? Okay. All right. So this is a ship. So ship. All right. So you take a ship out to adventure. Also, at the same time, Lou, if you're still tuning in, technically not technically, you won season 1. You're the top of the leaderboard. If you want anything unique, an accessory, let me know so I can make a special 1 of 1 for you. Yep. If not, no, I will bug you. Right? You are season 1 winner. Okay, so you get an exclusive 1 of 1 stuff. If you need an example, basically any apparel or accessories that your avatar can equip. All right. I would say almost I would say anything, right? Just shoot it, and then I will try to get it done for yeah, anything. So previous winner for is Daily Buddha. He asked for a yellow hat, so he got a yellow hat. Okay, back to this at hand. So now if we go for an adventure, and then adventure will spit out a tool. So this we're going to make it super simple. We're just going to call it a tool, right? This tool is going to be used for your farming part. All right. Okay, so when you win, you should get an item. So this tool is an item because we want to introduce durability. Thinking ahead as well. Well, that's shoot me. Yeah. Anything, like I said, if you want a special hat, that's cool as well. If you, yeah, I mean, yeah, no, any hat of your choice. If you have an example, if you manage to point me to an example, that's even better. Because if I have a reference, I can model much faster. So this is what Daily Diamond have. A yellow hat. Ta-da! A purple top hat. A purple top hat. Let me see what I can do it for you, alright? Right, let me see what I can do for you. All right, top hat fedora. All right, I'm gonna bring out some work in progress next week. Hope no, next week I have to do the okay. We will go through this small little work in progress thing, right? We will definitely do it. Okay, so that's that. Magician style top hat. Anything purple, we happy. All right, sweet. Okay, before we go any further, let me load up the script so we can do a live coding. And just to let you know, let everyone know as well. So every winner from the seasonal game will definitely get a 1 of 1, right? As long as you play the game, you most likely will be in the leaderboard. And not only you will get a unique 1 of 1, the item is also part of the, I won't say reward system, but it is a reward system for you guys. Okay, and of course I will also be clear as well. The item that is created will be used in the game to a certain degree as something, right? And of course it will be different, right? The 1 of 1 will be entirely unique. Basically you get more stuff, and then the one in the game will be a bit more simpler. I would say stripped down version. Like for example, I think Daily Diamond has extra 1 or 2 more items on his hat. He has a diamond hat on his hat. Yeah, something like that. And it's only exclusive for Daily Buddha. Yeah. For in-game is there's no diamond, there's no bling bling. Okay. Okay, and I really want to reward, you know, for those who are tuning into my stream. Truth to be told, most of them are long-term viewers. They have been tuning in since, wow, quite some time. Easily 1 or 2 years when I start to stream, right? And I really do appreciate. It's basically a thank you note to them. And the best part, it is free. It's free, right? Okay. That's a little segue. And of course, there's one more extra reward. I want to try to put it into the game, but I cannot announce just yet. I just want to slowly ease into it. It's just slowly. Okay. All right. Game end. XP gain. Disable. Okay, no, not here. Enemy defeated. No. We have our leveling system, which I need to do. Okay, enemy defeated. There we go. Player set to roam. XP gain. Mood gain. We need a new one. Okay. This is mainly item gain. Item gain. This is for farmer game. Farmer mini game. Okay. So that's that. So we're gonna put a flag and says reward. Because I think there's a lot of tools we can introduce, but we want to go through some of them as well. XP calculation, no, XP gain, mood gain. Okay, there we go. Tool gain. Nice. Okay, check. Next, I need to go through some of this stuff as well. So we're gonna bring out farmers. No, wrong one. Hey, where are you? Okay, yes. Beep. Okay, we're gonna go to back to farmers will, because we want to see how many tools. Usually there's 3 different tools. I just want to know one key thing. No, don't care about this, don't care about this, don't care about this, don't care about this. Happy drop, don't care about this. We're gonna go through this. To raise livestock, first build barns, improve soil quality, farming. Actually, I like this part, okay. This part reminds me of a traditional, like a farmer's tycoon or something like that. Chicken egg, chicken, yeah, so then you have to plus, yeah, that's very normal, plus and stuff. Okay, didn't really say too much, it just said ship. Okay, if we use Sailor's World ship field, red coin, dub coin, craft oil, craft ship, yeah, it's all back to square one. Really all back to square one. Okay. No, before we do this, before we go through this part, before we really go through this part, because I really want to go there. But first I need to implement. There is no way. Okay. All right. So we tool gain, and then when tool gain, so we have a part for the tool already. All right. Good. Done. Okay. We got our first placeholder. This guy needs to compile. Dang it. So now once we get a tool, then we need to go do the farming stuff. Right, so this is the first implementation. We will do it live. So if we were to use the logic of Farmer's World, it's tool plus energy. And then we're going to go through one thing which I already foresee. All right, so we need, so down here is energy. So we're gonna just do it. I'm gonna show you a quick little fun thing. Okay, so we can click, all right, click a mini game, it's all done. You can get food and then timer game over, and then when you go click again, all right. So I already implement a that system already. Now, so this is the fun bit. Every time you click, all right, so let's say if you move out, the moment you click this plot, immediately some energy would be used, which is this, right? And then how fast can you click? That is how much resource you would get. And let's implement this in. Okay, farmers manager. Bloop. Okay, go home, don't care. Let's start off with the food mini game. Food. All right, and then before we do our food mini game, energy system. Okay. For now, we're gonna cap it at 100 by default. Slider. Slider. This is gonna be energy slider. What else? I think that's about it. Okay. Gonna put a food. We're gonna put the rules. Okay, rules. Need a tool to no, before we click a plot of land to start farming food. Require tools. S. Yeah, require tools to perform. Okay. Oh, come on. Beep, beep. Okay, yeah. Require tools to perform action. Cooldown. Cooldown question mark for now. Require tools, right? The click land to start farming food, requires tool to perform action. Is a clicker game. All right, there we go. Since I already created a clicker game, a clicker mini game, we will utilize it. And we have our clicker game over here. But before we do anything, I need to double check one or two stuff. Okay, so this part is interesting. Item, okay, no, not here. Not here. Clickable, okay, clickable items. So it's in the script. So we need clickable items. We need this script. So we need to fetch this script so we can put it inside here. This is a food. Oh, we already have food mini game. What am I? Clickable items. Okay, let's put it up here first. Okay, nice. And then we need the farmer's manager. Clicker managers. All right. Okay, there we go. So, first thing is okay, now we have one small little impasse is we need to have a manager that manage the tool. So let's put it here. Public bool have tool. So every tool has a duration. That's the bread and butter of those farmers game. So when your tool breaks, you have to either repair or craft a new tool. So to make things simple for this game, when your tool breaks, you have to go find another tool. Okay, simple as that. No, do I want to put repair? We have to do a repair, right? It's part of the game. Okay. Okay, so for now we're gonna just put it simple. For the presentation of the live game dev, the tool is indestructible. Indestructible. Yes. Okay, click item, mini game clicker, or click a button, click. Ah, yes. All right, so we want to go through this. So we're gonna go to the clicker mini game, which is here. All right, first thing is button click bool get tool status. All right, so because the game is very simple. Game stop. No. This is mainly for when reset game. So okay, now before the game even starts, if get tool status, which means you have a tool, duration is all there, you can do the following section. If you don't have a tool, okay, we need a text that says no tool. No, yeah, no tool notification. And that's the first thing we want to put it. Okay, so let's see, button click, yada 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 yada. No, we don't care about you, so we click close you. Next up, we need to go through here because I need to find that that UI. Scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. Energy, don't care about energy just yet. Beep. Okay, clicker mini game. Numbers of click. This is what we want. Numbers of click. Okay, back to here. Number of clicks tag. Number of click tags. Okay. No tools for farming. That's it, right? And then nothing goes through. Okay, so with this case, if we were to have no tools, so button click, okay, so this is where we're gonna fetch our, there we go, mini game. All right, and then we already put our have tool flag, so that's there. So as long we have a tool, done. So clickable items, simple as that. All right, have tools, clicker, button click, get tools, and then it says no tool for farming, and then it will be dictated by this manager over here. Okay, sweet. Now let's try it out. Gonna let it compile. Okay, sweet. And then next is clickable, no, not clickable, UI. Where are you? Game manager. Game manager. Click item. So this is the farm. And then under click item, we need, oh no, not here. Game manager, clickable items, farmer manager. There we go, done. Everything should work. So because we got no tools, the moment we click, it will throw an, it would give the notification. Boop. Okay, fail. Why fail? Why fail? Item clickable. Huh? No. That's not cool. That's not fun. Let's go again. Okay. Yeah, everything is doable. Click this, avatar stats, object of reference, get clickable target. Oh, what's wrong with you now? Clickable involve clicked object. Did we have this issue? Hold on a sec. Let me get single player game. Okay. Okay, so if we click here, yeah, no error. Okay, so when we click the clicker mini game, it shows an error, which is exactly right here. Fair enough. Fair enough. So what we want to do is we want to remove. Okay, we're not going to fix you here. We're going to fix you at this part. Okay. So farm, clickable UI, clickable UI. Yep, everything is correct. Why Sun throw an error right now? Has it always been throwing the error? Yeah, no, it did. It did. It did. Okay. Let's go through the script. Let's go through the script. I don't want to put too much time on this, but I had to. Okay, yep. So it's under this guy, clickable items invoke. That means under clickable items, there should be a script. Where are you? A manager. But there's none over here. Avatar life. Oh. Yeah, okay. So it's screen mouse click using Unity event. I see. There we go. Game manager. Oh, no. I'm not supposed to move this thing. Clickable items. Items selected. Clickable items. Items selected. Okay, get click object. Okay, so let's say I don't have this script because this is the one that I added new. Click button, clicker, button click. Okay. But we have our we have that perimeter already. So I don't know why it's not working. I really don't. The way I type the script maybe. Oh wow, it is. It is. It is here. Oh boy, it's really that. It's really this guy. All right, so clicker, button click. I see. Okay. In this case, what we want to do, we want to change this a bit. Okay. Yep, we want to grab this guy and then put it here. I don't like to do this, but I will do it. No. Yep. Okay. Yes. So when we click, we should, and then if we want to do stuff, we put a safety net and do exactly like this. All right. So if we have this script, we will go inside here. Yep. And then clicker, we will get what we need to get. No. Okay. So we want to change this. So we need. Yes. And then we need this guy over here. And then we need this equals this. And then we need and then only we do this dot tool. Okay. All right, there we go. Get manager. Okay. Now what? Once we got everything done, okay. So we click play. We already set our game manager and everything. So technically, we oh. Now I know why. Now I know why. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I already have it. I already have it. Farmers Manager right up here. Why do we need this? I don't know. I already implement some. And I believe, okay, I have a feeling. I have a feeling. If I were to rewind this video, you guys might see the issue. Okay, at least we have it. At least we have it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I knew something was wrong. It didn't feel quite right. Incident, what you call this? User error live on stream during coding. 0. Back to 0. 0 incident. 0 days. Okay. There we go. No tools for farming. Okay, sweet. Now what we need to do is if I were to check, right? So if I go to the farm manager and I say have tools, I can now click. Okay, so once it's game over, so game over, it will remove some durability. But before we do anything, we need one more thing, which is spending the energy bar. So that's the last part before we end the live game session. Oops. Okay. Now we need farmers manager because what we need to do is when it's clicked. Oh no. Okay. We go to clicker. Yeah, have tool. Once we have tool, everything is active. Clicker active, true. Now, before we do anything, we're gonna insert like incremental click. Yeah, we need to put it here. Okay. Okay, so we will deduct our energy and then go home. Okay. Void. I don't say use energy. Okay, yes, there we go. Use energy, so we need int get and then public. All right, for the sake of Max energy equals 100. For the sake of quick game dev testing, we're going to do this. All right, max energy is 100, energy, and then energy minus equals get energy update UI. We were gonna fix this as well. Slider energy. Max value equals 100. Actually, no, we should put like this so it's easier to copy paste. Energy. Oh, what? Typing. Value equals energy. There we go. And then we copy this, and then we will put it down here. That's it. Okay. Use energy. Clickable under clickers. Farmers game. 10. For now, we're gonna use 10. Okay. Done. So every time you click, you will use 10 energy. And we also need to put an extra one more thing. Have tool and a farmer energy is more than equals 10. Oh, yeah. Later we will do a bit more in depth, like do we have energy, do we have tools? Okay. Yes, check. Okay, now we close this guy. We have our farm, everything, clickable items, no, manager, farm, no, canvas, because we need to get the energy slider. And, oh, there we go. And press play. Okay. So, no tool for farming. Doesn't do anything. Now, if we have tools, there we go. Energy is deducted. And then we click out again, and then we click again, energy deducted. Click out again, click it, energy deducted. All right, so we have our first action loop in the game. Yay! And then I need to model some food as well. But anyway, that's a quick little implementation for our first part. I know there's much more to go, so with that, technically that's the end of the stream, but okay, before we really go, let's tune into some of the stuff that I want to do. Not this. Okay, so go away. Territory system. No, not this one. Not this one. Just for the end, just for the sake of ending this, Troll Expedition Field Production, how to play. I know I saw something somewhere. No, not this. Getting started, no. Say that's what whitelist. Ah, dang it, I don't think it's in here. Because I saw the chart for the what you call this, for Sailor's World, and I want to copy that. Good day, Nemo. Perhaps I'm right right at the end. Better than nothing. All right, no, I already did implement one simple round, but I just want to show you something, but apparently it's not here. Okay, so first thing, what I like on Sailor's World, air quote, on paper, the implementation of LAN. So they have a total number of territories 360. There are 5 levels. So obviously this is not a comparison to Brawlhalla, but this is just giving you an idea. Like, okay, you know what? This makes more sense when you want to air quote sell LAN. So this has like 180 pieces: common, uncommon, rare, epic, legendary. So there's different type of rarity of LAN that you can own. Or rather, do note this game is dead, yeah. PSA. What I'm talking is really just looking at the game's what you call this mechanic, and I try to copy some of them because some of them really makes the game kind of interesting. But then again, implementation, definitely we need to strip out a lot of things. So why do we have so many varieties of land or territory? Basically, troll charges and expedition charges. So the higher the rarity, obviously gets more reward, but the higher the rarity gets a higher fee. Now this part, unfortunately, I think they kind of messed up a little bit in terms of implementation, I think. Let's start off with just a quick one, okay? So to go to a territory, additional commission from trolling, 2%, additional commission from expedition, 5%, blah, 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 will distributed between all common territory owners. I think this is kind of a nice, no, on paper it works-ish, because this is kind of similar to what Mecha World is doing, kind of, but the problem is the payout. Like that whole entire math part, I'm not gonna go through to today's stream because it's gonna take too much time. This is what I'm gonna say. It's taking too much time. So this part on paper, you know, it makes sense. Looks cool. Looks great. Of course, the higher the rarity, the more you get. So we're gonna check some of this stuff. Maritime territory owners will still receive their commission when other players do troll in their maritime territories. In addition, they will receive reward from distributing territory pool. Yeah. So this part, let's see how can we rework this. Unfortunately, this is mainly for landowners, so we don't care for my game at the moment because my game doesn't really need this. But you know what's the fun bit? For my game, I can implement this type of territory in the form of mini islands. So you can visit a few different islands, and let's see how we're going to expand on this. Right, so that's that. Farmers World, we're not going to cover Farmers World. So at the end, what we're going to do is I'm going to do my final take on what has been discussed over the Wax Discord. I've gave some time for it to just simmer a little bit behind the back of my head, like just let the idea flow, and I can say this with confidence. Okay, not all of these stuff, right? Mainly for one particular thing that I want to point out. So it start off with this. Everybody wants a AAA game to AAA game. I'm gonna ignore this last part, all right? Because we are not gonna be bothered with that. Everybody wants a AAA game into Wax. The question is how and what. No, before we can ask how to bring over games over to Wax, we want to ask what type of games is kind of doable for like remotely doable for the for blockchain, right? Not just Wax, like just in general. What type of games really can utilize this little blockchain feature? Number one, RNG is not the service a game should need. I'm gonna say straight up, not. It is not. Right. So what? So trading card game is the closest, and I meant trading card game is the closest thing that a blockchain could offer, which is a bit painful because we don't need player versus player trading card game. However, with that being said, if somebody hopefully I will try to chime in as well. How can we make a PvE type of trading card game? We will talk more about this in the next episode. Okay. I'm gonna put some notes on my list and see if I can still remember one of it, because a lot of things I want to talk about, and sometimes I have to just cycle through some of them, and some of them, because they are not too important, I kind of forget. And then at the same time, I have so many things I want to talk. Okay. So trading card game is the closest thing that we can get, and then we want to unwrap why trading card games in general. All right. Next part is Brawlers is a fundamentally a good game that is still in development. This is from Daily Buddha. Do I really want to chime into this? You guys let me know. All right, I'm gonna withhold my comment for this at the moment, right? Because there's too many things I want to talk about. But at the same time, I did say I want to talk less about Brawlers. But there is one clear thing that Brawlers really, I'm not saying really need to, right? Brawlers has fulfilled one of the biggest requirements from me to say, okay, you know what? Now we have at least a game that we can kind of show, like if we need to play, the game is there. Is that we have a desktop version and we have a mobile version from both Android and iOS. That is a big achievement for any. In fact, I can say so far, I believe Brawlers is the one of the only, I think it's the only one, correct me if I'm wrong, that offers desktop and mobile platform to play on the same server, air quote. However, because it's so heavily reliant on the server, for whatever reason, what type of server, that remains to be discussed. Somebody at Tyranno needs to live stream Brawlers, at least to make a minimal effort. So we have a weekly. So right now they did something which I've been talking a lot for the past year, is that at least right now they have a weekly tournament, a weekly activity. So that's fair enough. And of course, if they can live stream that, that is the best. So I would say I'm on yours. I will agree. If they can live stream that weekly community event, that is like the ultimate checklist for the studio to do it. Yeah, it is. I would say it's fairly simple. It's just time consuming though. But then again, is it an excuse? For that, we will talk more about it, because we have the Brawlosium and whatnot. Ooh. Okay, last but not least, I think this is the part where nobody's talking about this date game, ton of money were thrown. Yeah, this part had to be a bit descriptive, but I'm not gonna dig in too much. What we need is a fresh start. So why platformer? Maybe he plays a lot. This user play a lot of platformers, so I'm not gonna go too deep. Make the economy circular. Why did the money tournament go away? Did the belts sign people like? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just say this out loud. The team literally shift its focus to Spin Tycoon, so that's one of the main reason why. Number two, running a tournament at that scale every week, it is time consuming. It is time consuming. I'm not gonna lie, it is time consuming. That's why I would say, to showcase that the game is still active. Yeah, just have a weekly or monthly tournament, weekly community event, and then leads on to monthly tournaments. That's also nice as well. So I'm just gonna air quote this straight up. Maybe the juice is not worth the squeeze. Right? That's me, okay? I'm just putting it myself. Yeah, maybe the juice is not worth the squeeze. I don't know. I only can make an assumption, and I don't like to make an assumption. Um, but it does take some work. And if the juice is not worth the squeeze, that is most, if not the main driving force. Yeah. Again, they actually don't seem to play. Yeah, you're right. You're right, dude. I'm just going through my logic and see how it goes. And of course, all of your insights are definitely make my brain goes, what happened? And then this is the part a lot of people say was a lot of people would say time will only tell. I would say I think it's apparent. I think it's apparent. So with that, that's all I have for you for today. Lots of interesting discussion on Discord, on Wax Discord channel. But is it really something that we'll continue this a little bit next week because our next episode, next stream. It is interesting though. It is interesting. We want to deconstruct some of these thoughts and opinion as well. Yeah, and of course, your opinion also matters. So feel free to chat when that happens as well. Okay. That's it. That's it. I'm done with Discord for now. Okay. So with that, that's all I have for you for today. I wish you good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night wherever you are. Have a nice day, my friends. Stay safe. Until then, I will see you guys same time, same place, 9 p.m. PT time every Tuesday and Thursday on Twitch and on Kick. I'm trying to get into the Kick crowd. And last but not least, for those who are watching on YouTube, all right, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and help this channel grow. And also, I'm gonna end with this as well. It is a sad day for us today because the passing of Hulk Hogan really messes a lot of people up, including myself a little bit. Okay, that is right. So rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. Till then, I will see you guys in the next episode. Yeah. Okay. Now, how do we do this Brawlasium thingy? Should I? Oh, tempting. I will try to plot this Brawlasium thingy.